Hello everyone, I'm Grant, I'm the King of New Camelot, and today I'd like to talk to you about letting go of the past. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're going to start a micronation, this applies only to micronations who actually want to build real world communities, build something real. If you're just building a micronation to experiment and have a bit of fun with your mates, this video does not apply to you. And so I would recommend that you go look at some of our other videos, which might be better for you, and leave some likes and subscribe. Now, to get stuck into it. So basically, certainly for us at New Camelot, a big part of starting a micronation was cutting ties so we can leave the past behind us. So this is because there are certain things can hold you back. If you're going to create a micronation based on absolute democracy, not democracy, an absolute monarchy, then you need to walk away from democracy. If you want to implement your own plans to benefit your citizens and encourage people to work towards benefiting the environment and that sort of thing, you have to give up the ideas that are being promoted by your macronational government. Disclaimer, I'm not saying refuse to pay your taxes or break macronational laws. Absolutely don't do that. But the fact is, a lot of what certainly the UK government does, or even the jackass Scottish government does, is complete nonsense. The intent may be there, but it's unthought out nonsense that can't possibly work. An example of which would be a nonsensical program that was implemented around the area where I lived a couple of years back. They wanted to help people recycle and cut down on plastic. And the stupid idea they came up with was they would issue everyone with containers to put things in, and these containers would be collected on whatever day it was. The thing is, what they actually did was they tripled the amount of plastic in use, because all the containers were plastic, and they increased the amount of engine pollution as well, car pollution. Then after that, they made it so everyone now has to have 3 massive big bins, which again are made of plastic, so that's more plastic they created. And it is unnecessary for the simple reason that just up the road we have a public recycling plant where anyone that wants to can go along and get rid of their recycling. That is not the kind of thing that helps the environment. You need to abandon other people's ideas and implement your own. One of the hardest things for me personally was that it took me a while to feel comfortable with what I was doing in my new role. I knew that ruling as a monarchy was the best thing for what I was trying to do, and it is honestly the only successful system, and I knew that New Camelot needs to be based on all of the traditions and beliefs of the original Camelot, or it simply wouldn't work. But I have always been a royalist, a strong 100% supporter of the English royal family. And for a while, I know it sounds silly, and indeed, looking back, I agree it's silly. At the time, it felt somewhat uncomfortable introducing myself as King Grant on YouTube and being called Your Majesty by people. And in a way that was kind of my fault. I was trying to hang on to being a royalist at the same time as being a king. Now I still do like the British royal family. I still do believe that the UK needs a royal family. But if you're a king, you have to see yourself as a king and accept that that is what you are, that is what you are meant to be, and then, and only then, can you feel comfortable in your new role and rule fairly and justly. Another thing which I would add under the heading of cutting ties is if you have a YouTube channel and it's a gaming channel or it's a channel that only does one particular thing, don't use that for your micronation. Create a new one. That is what I did, and the reason I did that is because the channel that I created originally, long before I'd even heard of micronations, it would be pointless trying to use it for the majority of my micronational stuff, for the simple reason the audience on it refuse to try anything new. They want to see what they've always seen on it. They want to see what they like, and I was virtually being held hostage on that channel. And that may sound silly, but look at the evidence. The other channel, I have 113 subscribers. This channel, I have well over 1,000 subscribers. Starting a micronation, at least the kind of micronation that New Camelot is about starting over in order to create something new, something better. I had someone who was one of my audience from my other channel did a message on both channels asking why I don't do a particular video game anymore. And I explained that it's because I don't enjoy that video game anymore, and finished off by saying to him that I would appreciate it if he, I thanked him for checking out this channel and asked him to watch some of the videos because I thought he might like them. And I said I'd appreciate it if he kept the comments and questions about stuff that I have done in the past on the other channel to the other channel, because this channel is not for that. This channel is for my micronation. And micronational stuff. He is a friend of mine as well as a subscriber, but it's important to keep your channel for your micronation limited to stuff to do with you and your micronation. Because if you are playing video games on your micronation channel, then people aren't going to take you seriously. They're going to think you're playing around. And you're going to end up being left just with the subscribers who want to see you play video games. And we are not going to be able to build a new world community if people subscribe to Micronation's YouTube channel for the purpose of watching video games. So these things require a clear line drawn between them. And there are probably a lot of other things that you need to leave behind you as well. So before you start a micronation, sit down and have a think about what might hold you back. Write out a list if you need to or if you want to. And then leave those things behind you, because they will hold you back. Right, well, if you did enjoy this video, find it informative, please hit the like button. Watch a few of our other videos, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're feeling generous, maybe even join our Patreon or give a one-time donation of whatever amount you feel appropriate or deserve to us via Buy Me a Coffee. And I will catch you in the next video.